Here we go then, the pace car lights are off. We're coming up now to lap 13 out of 20. Jake Cole is your leader. Colin Cropley is in second. Ryan Hansen is third. Then you've got Sakala and John Dillon rounds out your top 5. Green flag is out. Hansen with a good run there. He must have got a good jump. Must have not have. Here comes Sakala to the inside. That's how many cars that's left, folks. Believe it or not, that is how many cars that are left in the race. I think there's about 9 of them that are left. At least 33 cars have been involved in is out of the race. It could happen again here. The 0 getting pushed by the 29 and the 29 is getting pushed by the 48. But Dylan doesn't want to be part of that pushing lot and he goes to the inside and he's got Dylan Gooden helping him. Oh, Cropley, you've got to be careful! Oh. I can't believe there's like only 6 cars that are left in this race. Only 6 cars. This is just effectively a 6-horse race for the biggest win in NASCAR history. Jake Cole will still lead lap 13 onto the 14th lap. Dylan is in third, looks to the inside. CJ Sorensen is there in 7th, Robert Byrne is in 8th. Dylan to the inside of the 29 and takes second. Here comes Hansen with a great one in turn 2. Look at that, pushing the 24 car to second. And now here comes Gooden, helping another Pontiac. Oh, look at this, Dylan to the lead, he's going to get spun! Dylan loses it! Oh no, I don't believe this! I don't believe it! Smashes head on. I think that was his own teammate that got involved. Oh dear, that's going to bring out another pace car. Oh, and this could actually end under caution. And Sakala, by the looks of it, is your win of the race. And Dylan is involved and... oh, let's have a look at his car. Oh, that's packed in. That could be done for the day for John Dillon in the 24. He was probably one of the favourite drivers to win it. But it ends in a disaster. Rightio, now let's have another look at this again. Whose fault was it this one? It looked like Ryan Hansen. Yeah, he got into the back of Dillon. And Dillon tried to correct the car, but then came back onto the racetrack and smashed the Jake Cole car in. Cropley was also involved there as well. Now here comes the 30 car of Austin Hartman. Who does he hit head on here? It was his teammate. It was his teammate. Oh dear. And the 30 car is spent. Back end is destroyed. The front end is destroyed. In fact, all of these cars are destroyed. On board here with Colin Cropley. Sit tight to your chair, folks. Absolutely pile driven him. Well, here we go, we are back here at Daytona and believe it or not, they are the only cars that are left in this race. Remember, 42 cars started this race and there is only 5 cars left. Unbelievable. Just what an absolute race. I told you this race is going to be anything but from the Budweiser shootout. This is unbelievable. But we'll give you your top 5 because that is your top 5. Martin Sakala is the leader. I think he's probably the only car that doesn't have any damage on his car. It's been that much of a race. Robert Byrne is in second. CJ Sorensen is third. Tristan Hagenstein is in fourth. John Dillon rounds out your top 5 and they are your only top 5 as the green flag drops out at Daytona. 2 laps to go. I think Sakala has pretty much got this race actually wrapped up. I think, to be actually honest with you, he is the only car that doesn't have any damage. I don't think that there should not be another wreck. There really shouldn't be. But all I can see is it's gonna happen. Sorensen there was looking, bumping Robert Byrne in the 4 car there. Dillon has obviously lost out on ground because, you know, his car is severely damaged, especially his back end. and the driver's side of the car as well. But it looks like that's how it's going to finish. It looks like Martin Sakala is going to win the Daytona 500. At least in all fairness, it's not Jimmy Johnson that's not going to win. That's not winning the Daytona 500 in the Craftsman Car Series. But as they take the white flag, it is Sakala that leads. Robert Bahn is in second. CJ Sorensen is in third. Tristan Hagenstein is in fourth. John Dillon is in fifth. Is he still running? Yep, he still is. He's still going to make it. This is probably the only battle we need to see. Robert Bahn in the 4 versus CJ Sorensen in the 12. Who is going to take second position? We know who's going to win it, but it's between these two. CJ looking to the inside. Is he going to take second position away from Robert Bahn? By the looks of it, it is. He is. Bahn loses a position into third position, but out in front with a comfortable lead, the only guy that hasn't been involved in a wreck at all, Martin Sakala, will win the Daytona 500. And thank goodness for that, because just literally amazing. He must have missed all the cars. Look at that car, it's just not damaged at all. The front end doesn't look damaged, the back end doesn't look damaged at all. CJ Sorensen finishes in second position, Robert Bahn finishes in third, Tristan Hagenstein is fourth, and there's John Dillon, who finishes in fifth position, but would have won the Daytona 500 if he didn't get involved in that accident. So let's have a look at the standings, and believe it or not, there it is. Look at how many cars that have retired. 37 cars was out of the race, believe it or not. So there you go, confirmation there. Martin Sakala is your winner. CJ Sorensen is in second, Robert Bahn is in third, Tristan Hagenstein fourth, John Dillon in fifth position. Then it's Dylan Gooden, the first car out of the race. Then it was Ryan Hansen, Austin Cartman, Colin Cropley, Jake Cole, John Anderson, Brendan Wilcox, excuse me, Chris Summers. Nick Knotts had an overheating issue. He was out of the race. Zach Shelton out of the race. Seth Williams, Joey Kraus, Andrew Baranda, Stephen Ellis, Thomas Shane, Brian Page, Stefan Papies, who was out fairly early in the race, Brian LaFleur Jr., Timmy Pacioli, Eric Webler, Diego Ospina, Angel Hernandez, your pole setter, Dylan Eichler, your Bud Shootout winner, also out of the race. Brian McCluster, Brian McCormack, Seth Cole, Matthew Johnson, Mike Kokamazi, Kevin Goen, Wes McCall, Dakota Smith, Corey Long, Mike Smallwood, David Culpepper, Ethan Cooper and TJ Moorehead were all out of the race. Whew, what an absolutely epic race to the series there. I think that must be an absolute record in any of NR 2003 to have only 5 cars finishing the race. So congratulations to Sakala. In fact, congratulations to the 5 guys that actually did finish the race. I think to be fair, really good job to them guys. And that is the end of the Daytona 500. We will see you soon for round number 2, which is at Rockingham. So take care of yourselves and goodbye.